Once more, I bring you greetings from the Secretariat of the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, NINAS. As the owners of Nigeria continue their mobilization and preparation towards going before the global community at the UN General Assembly 76th session coming up in September of 2021 in New York, a whole number of things have been happening. The other day we heard that Ibrahim Bagambari was sent to go and put out the campaign in New York. The people is coming to meet are eager to receive him, awaiting him. He will begin that tour with explaining his role in Abacha's malfeasances of many years. He probably thought people have forgotten that it was Abacha's Man Friday and the boogeyman that made all kinds of things happen at the time. Now coming with this new responsibility to work with, to come to market the unmarketable. He will be welcome to that assignment in the days ahead. But more importantly, we read where the same Miyetti sponsors of Fulani herdsmen, the fourth most deadly terror organization on earth by the reckoning of the Global Terror Index. Miyetti was boasting that the open grazing laws that are now to be passed by the state governors have been overtaken by the announcement of the Buhari president of re-establishing by gazette the grazing reserves and grazing roads. We know that Miyetti could be ignorant, but this broadcast is directed at the president himself, Buhari, to ask him whether there are no lawyers left in his cabinet. All the senior advocates and professors of law, his deputy, the vice president, Osinbajo, is a senior advocate of law. Is there no one of them, the Attorney General of the Federation of Nigeria, the Vice President of the Federation of Nigeria, people like Festus Keyamo, and all the lawyers loafing around the whole issue? Is there no one of them that can explain to the president that that he's wrong at law, that from the date in 1978 the Land Use Act came, that all the issues, the land administration rules changed because the lands, the title and control of all lands in Nigeria were vested from that date in 1978 in the governors of the states. The federal government, therefore, the federal government of Nigeria, therefore, does not have any land over which it could establish a grazing route or grazing reserve. No matter what law was there before, the Land Use Act overtook everything. And so, apart from federal capital territory, that one is even neither here nor there. If the owners of that federal capital territory will allow federal government to continue to hold on to their land in a situation where the federation is disputed. If we had a federation, we will accept a federal government that could own assets. But if our federation collapsed in 1966 and people are not willing to get into the discussion that will establish it, and they hang up in Abuja talking about federal government in the absence of a federation, even that Abuja federal capital territory may become an issue of controversy. But for the rest of the country, the federal government of Nigeria does not have 1 square inch of land over which it could establish a grazing reserve or grazing route. All lands, title to all lands, are vested in the governors. This address also goes to the governors. If any governor in southern or middle belt Nigeria, because for now our concern is the alliance territory, if any governor in southern or middle belt of Nigeria will cede with 1 square inch of land, it will be in breach of the trust under which the land is held. Under that law, the Land Use Act of 1978, which is embedded in the disputed constitution, as long as we are still enduring all of the mischiefs of that constitution, that law is there, and until that constitution goes down, nobody is able to take the control of lands from the state governors, not even the federal government, because it was on account of the things that were happening before then that it became the business of the state. So the state governors, if anyone from the south or middle belt parts with any land to the federal government on account of the so-called gazette, which Miyetti was boasting that with the gazette of federal government, that the open grazing laws that the states will be passing have been overtaken. They also mentioned, they boasted that they were talking to the global community, apparently bearing in mind the march at the UN that is oncoming. You know, they boasted that they are in control of the United Nations through their daughter, Amina, who is one of the secretaries out there. Again, we only can put it down to their ignorance, because they are telling the global community that Amina Mohammed, or whatever her name is at the UN, is part of their circle of evil. They are telling the global community that Amina Mohammed is on the side of Fulani herdsmen, which is an outfit operated by Miyetti Allah in Nigeria with their patron, the president of Nigeria. And so Amina Mohammed is providing cover. Amina at the UN is providing cover for the world's fourth most deadly terror group called Fulani herdsmen. Since Miyetti Allah had been the one taking credit for the atrocities, proudly taking credit for the killings and atrocities of Fulani herdsmen. And so we just need to make it clear. They also have said that they will not obey the anti-open grazing laws the states will pass. So when we look at it, we will see, when we look at all of what has been said by this group concerning these matters, and we see the presence of the president of Nigeria in their midst, who happens to be their life grand patron, who had taken 100 billion naira from the treasury in the past to give over to them in support their private business. And then this mention of the assistant secretary general at the UN, who happens to be a Fulani woman and who had openly identified with them in all kinds of ways. They are now telling the global community that she is with them in the atrocities they are levying. Why are we being disgraced in this manner? That the president of Nigeria will be acting as if there's no lawyer left anywhere to tell him what the law says. And so let it be made clear that the federal government of Nigeria does not own 1 square inch of land over which it can establish a grazing route or grazing reserve, and that the gazette in question will not change that law, except that Constitution of 99 goes down. The situation at law, the position at law is what I've just explained to us. And I would hope that somebody will be kind enough to explain to the president, who is not a lawyer, but who should be told that that will be a crossing of the red line if the federal government attempts by any kind of force to take any land on account of that gazetting, because the governors who hold those lands in trust will be accounting to the people, the owners, the people they govern in those states. If any such land is taken by force, the governors will be confronted by their own people for letting it happen. So let it be clear to all parties. Governor, you hold in trust for the people, so you are not holding it at your pleasure, at your discretion to dispense. No, it is their land, and all the rules of trust apply to you. And if you decide to breach it because you have to give federal government any land, the owners of the land will you will have the owners of the land to contend with.